up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my DVD collection 2016 and the disaster section. One of my shortest sections, but I'm a big fan of disaster movies. So up first we have 2012, Roland Emmerich film from 2009, of course, about the Mayan calendar event, the end of the world, which of course never happened. John Cusack, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Amanda Peet, Oliver Platt, Woody Harrelson. Yeah, I like that film. It's got some good special effects, and I like the subject matter. Up next we have Airport from 1970 with Burt Lancaster and Dean Martin, Gene Seberg, and Jacqueline Bisset. Okay, up next we have Ron Howard's Backdraft from 1991. Of course, fantastic movie about Chicago firefighters. Really great soundtrack, score by Hans Zimmer, Kurt Russell, William Baldwin, Scott Glenn, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Rebecca De Mornay, Donald Sutherland, and Robert De Niro. Yeah, terrific film. Up next we have The Core from 2003. Yeah, fun movie with Aaron Eckhart and Hilary Swank. Stanley Tucci, really good in this as well. Delroy Lindo. Yeah, I enjoyed this film. I especially like the opening, like 2 or 3 scenes. The rest of the movie is kind of implausible, but I still enjoy it. Up next, we have Dante's Peak from 1997. Really good volcano movie with Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton, directed by Roger Donaldson. Okay, up next we have The Day After Tomorrow, another Roland Emmerich film from 2004. Yeah, good movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Dennis Quaid, and Emmy Rossum. Yeah, I like the special effects in that film. Up next we have Daylight, another one of these French-Canadian titles, Tunnel de l'Enfer. Yeah, from 1996 with Sylvester Stallone. Amy Brenneman's in it as well, I believe. Yeah, good little movie. It has its moments. Underrated Sylvester Stallone film. Up next we have Deep Impact from 1998. Yeah, a film directed by Mimi Leder. The other asteroid/comet film of that year, along with Armageddon. Yeah, I like this film with Elijah Wood, Lily Sobieski, Téa Leoni. You got Morgan Freeman as the president. Yeah, good film. Robert Duvall in it as well. Up next we have Earthquake from 1974 with Charlton Heston and Ava Gardner. George Kennedy as well. Okay, up next we have The Impossible from, when did this come out now? 2011, I believe. Yeah, really good film. Of course, about the 2004 tsunami with Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts as a family on vacation who get separated, of course, after that event. Yeah, really strong, powerful stuff. Great visuals, really good film. Love the ending, just heartbreaking. Next we have Enter the Storm from 2014, one of my recent pickups. Yeah, good film with Richard Armitage and Sarah Wayne Callies. Yeah, not as good as Twister, but still a good movie about tornadoes. Okay, up next we have Noah from 2013. Yeah, really strange, wild, interesting film. Russell Crowe, of course, is Noah. What's her name? Jennifer Connelly. Yeah, good film. I liked it. Really good visuals, but strange story. Emma Watson. Okay, moving on down, we have The Perfect Storm from 2000. Of course, Wolfgang Peterson film with George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg. Good visual effects. Yeah, the film about the U.S. Coast Guard that came out this year, are The Finest Hours. Pretty similar storyline. Good movie as well. Up next we have Pompeii from 2014, fun movie on Blu-ray with Jon Snow, of course, Kit Harington, Carrie-Anne Moss, Emily Browning, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, good film, I enjoyed it. Okay, up next we have The Poseidon Adventure The original 1972 film with Gene Hackman, Ernest Borgnine, Red Buttons, Carol Lindley, Roddy McDowall, Stella Stevens, and Shelley Winters. I wasn't a fan of Poseidon, the remake, so that's why I don't have that in my collection. Up next, we have San Francisco from 1936, of course, about the 1906 San Francisco earthquake with Spencer Tracy, Clark Gable, and Jeanette MacDonald. Yeah, really good film. The ending with the actual earthquake, spectacular. Up next, we have Titanic, of course, James Cameron's masterpiece from 1997. Of course, he has to put himself on the cover. That's funny. With Leo and Kate. Yeah, I hated the whole concept of this film when it initially came out. I refused to see it for a couple of years. But then I finally did see it and fell in love with it, especially Kate Winslet. She's my favorite actress. Kathy Bates, wonderful. Billy Zane, of course, great. Yeah, just a fantastic film. Watched it numerous times since then. Whenever it's on TV, I find myself watching it. Yeah, Leo and Kate, just spectacular. And the ending, the special effects, just great. Okay, up next we have The Towering Inferno. Sort of similar to The Poseidon Adventure, came out a couple years later in 1974. Really good film with Steve McQueen, Paul Newman, William Holden, and Faye Dunaway. Just a whole host of great actors. Really good film. Messed up in parts. Okay, up next we have the aforementioned Twister from 1996 with Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton. Lots of actors we all know today in this film as well. People like, of course I can't, the cat who died a couple years ago. What's his name? My God. I feel terrible now. Really good actor. Philip Seymour Hoffman, yeah, he's in this. Yeah, good film. Has some good special effects. Up next, we have United 93 from 2006. One of the films that came out that year about 9/11, of course. The fateful flight that the passengers helped take down during that day. Paul Greengrass film, really good. Sort of a nuts and bolts. No real flash to this film. Yeah, really good movie. Up next we have Volcano, the other 97 film. Volcano movie, I think came out same year as Dante's Peak, or maybe 98, a year later. Anyway, with Tommy Lee Jones and Téa Leoni. Yeah, this is pretty cheesy, but I like it. I've always enjoyed this film. Don Cheadle's in this as well. Yeah. And last but not least, we have World Trade Center, again from 2006, along with United 93, film directed by Oliver Stone, and of course starring Nicolas Cage. Yeah, a lot more flash than United 93, like I said, but still a good film and obviously an important day in our history. So that's my disaster section. Up next will be the documentaries, which is basically equally as short, if not shorter. So thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.